So these are the two main books that I've been using over the past 2 years or so. I will check the dates very shortly. Alright, so began with just a stream of consciousness type of deal. Oh, this was actually a very long time ago. I didn't expect this. This was actually 5 years ago. As you can see, it's just a bunch of text. I was really just trying to practice handwriting. Yeah, this went on for quite a while. But yeah, it was just a stream of consciousness for a very long time. Until here. Alright. This is when I, as you can see, an atrocious attempt at poetry. This was around a year ago actually, and I just started every day. I filled up a page, generally just experimenting with rhyming schemes. Yeah, and I alternated sometimes with prose. Yeah, and I essentially finished this entire book with poetry, but that was around 100 days of continual just fill up a page of poetry. So that was quite an experience. But it really, once I finished the book, I pulled out this A5 book, and it's a lot smaller, obviously. So I had to compromise, and I sort of slowed down a bit. Just a random sticky note there. But I more or less began journaling sort of consistent every 2 days, and I broke things up initially with poetry and prose, and I maintained this for quite some time. I find that the poetry was kind of good as a kind of metaphorical kind of therapy in a sense. In the prose I could kind of talk about more concrete matters, or I might say more practical matters. You do you. But yeah, here experimented with doing full prose, and yeah, this was nice. That I kind of went from the crazy per day full page of poetry to this kind of thing. And I tried incorporating diagrams, some strange formatting. And here is when I started including some illustrations in here and some diagrams. And this sort of gradually began to snowball, and I'm still maintaining the verse and prose, kept going, yeah, until I got kind of nonsensical and I started incorporating some strange amalgamation of, I don't know, poetry and images. Kept going. Yeah, there was a day where I will also add that a lot of if you haven't noticed already, I've been doing kind of abstract, would you call it art? I'm not sure. Experimented with color, and yeah, this is when I really kind of settled on a style and had some kind of image and then poetry and text, and this maintained its course, and it's been really fun, and I've been sort of continuing it for until the end of this book, essentially. Still one more entry to go, and yeah, so hopefully that showcased a bit of my evolution. I went from kind of stream of consciousness to kind of challenging myself to just kind of spew out really terrible verse, and then I slowed down and sort of thought about the pros and cons of some of the methods I was using, and somewhere along the way I started incorporating illustrations and abstract illustrations, and that has persisted until now, and yeah, I'm loving it, really. But this is almost over, so I'll switch over to something new. I'm not sure, depending on whatever medium. I think I'll take a break, actually, from journaling for a while and experiment with other mediums. But I've quite enjoyed the process that I've ended on with this book.